everyone, it's Nancy, your favorite innkeeper from Old Square Inn in Mount Joy, Pennsylvania in beautiful Lancaster County. And it is week 3 of Let's Cook, and who knows what week it is of the quarantine. How's everybody doing out there? You okay? Well, I'm telling you what, if this goes on a whole lot longer, we're all going to look like Rob Blagojevich. I know. I don't even like to get my hair cut, and I would be willing to go. I was looking in the mirror of truth today. Do you have, hi Joe, do you have one of those? The mirror of truth is my bathroom mirror downstairs. And when you look in that mirror, you see everything on your face. You see those little lines under there, and you see all these hairs where they're not supposed to be. Let me tell you this, girls. As you get older, your eyelashes migrate down to over here, and you have to pull them out so you don't look weird. Anyway, today we are going to be making crepes. So we're going to get started. Are you ready to cook? Here we go. All right, now your recipe calls for 3/4 of a cup of flour, 2 eggs, a cup of milk, and if you want, you could put in a dash of vanilla. Hi everybody, if you're with me today, just drop a comment in the box below so I know who I'm cooking with today. Now, I'm only going to make half of a recipe because it's only me here. That's a lot of food to eat. So I'm going to use a 1/4 cup and 2 tablespoons of flour because if you remember, 4 tablespoons is a 1/4 cup. And I'm going to put my egg in there. Throw that in there. Now, I like to mix this up before I do the next part, before I add the milk. And as you see, there's very little flour in here. This isn't a cake. This is a very eggy kind of thing. All right, can you see what's going on in there? It's just like a great big pasty egg. Since we were able to open the doors and the windows yesterday, I had the balcony door open because the cats like to go outside and hang out on the balcony. Hi, Marcia. Hi, Teresa. And of course it let in a gazillion flies, and there is one fly that continues to follow me around. I'm adding a little bit of milk to break this up because I find that if you add the milk slowly, you're going to get less lumps in this batter. Put a little bit more milk in there. There we go. So what did you have for breakfast this morning? Good morning to you too, Teresa. All right, that batter's looking pretty good. If you have a whisk, you can do this with a whisk. I prefer a fork. I'm going to pour the rest of that in there. And then when you put in your milk, it could be almond milk, it could be coconut milk, it could be half and half. All right, so you can see that that's a very watery batter. That's okay. That's how we want it. So we're going to put this aside and let this rest a little bit. And while that's going on, and when you let dough rest, a couple of things happen. The starch molecules start absorbing the liquid, the gluten gets to relax, and then the air bubbles kind of work their way out. All right, I'm going to make apple crepes this morning, so I'm going to get this apple going. Now to this, if you would want to add cinnamon, you can. You know that I'm not a great big cinnamon fan. But I'm going to chop up this apple, and if you have blueberries or strawberries, any of those things, you can put those into your crepes as well. I also like to do this with bananas with the caramel sauce. Get the middle of that out. While that's heating up, I'm going to put a little bit of butter in my pan. Take that off, and then I'm just going to chop this apple into, you could make them large, make them small, kind of depends on how much time you, hi Kathy, how are you this morning? How much time you have to let it cook. This part you can even do ahead of time, and then just pull it out to fill the crepes. There we go. Now I don't know if you were with me when I was making grilled fruit, but one of the things I said about the grilled fruit is you have to be sure you're paying attention to your pan and don't walk away. Well, I didn't walk away, but I wasn't paying attention to the pan, and there was smoke all over the place. So I'm going to try to keep my eye on this crepe pan as it heats. even as I'm chopping these apples. Now, I don't like a whole lot of sweetness in my fruit, especially because it's going to have the caramel sauce on top. So I'm not going to put any sugar in this, but of course you could do that if you wanted to do that. All right. Can you see this pan over here? All right, this is going to be for the apples. I like to put a little bit of butter in that. I think it gives it a different kind of taste. Put that in there. Again, if you want to put a little sugar in that, go ahead and sprinkle a little bit on the top. I like to wait until these start to sizzle and then pour orange juice on top. And the reason that I put the juice on top of this is just to help it cook, let it steam, kind of give it another little bit of flavor. Pour a little juice there. That looks good. You can sit there and cook a little bit. And there's my cover for that. I'm going to put that on the back burner, and we'll see if we can get our crepes started. My mom used to make these crepes for us, and when I was a kid, I didn't like them. She would call them, what would she call them, Joe? Palanchitas? And she would make these crepes, and she would put jelly in the middle of them, like smear jelly on them, roll them up, and we would have them for breakfast. Never really liked them a whole lot, but now I do. See, your taste changes, right? All right, so I have my butter hot in here. This is probably on about medium high, maybe. Now, it's going to depend on your stove, of course. All right, here's my dough, very liquidy, as you saw. And I'm going to take a 1/4 cup from my pan and not quite fill it up. This is maybe 3 tablespoons in here. Pour that in there. Let it roll around the pan a little bit. You can see my butter is browned. That's good. I like that. All right, so we're going to let that cook probably for maybe a minute. I'm going to put that on the burner while we get our pan ready for the caramel sauce. So caramel sauce will be a couple tablespoons of butter, like that. It's going to be about a 1/4 cup of, come on, get out of there, packed brown sugar. And do you know that anytime you measure brown sugar, it's always packed. All right, let's see how this crepe is doing here. It's looking pretty good. Now let's see if sticking to the pan a little bit. We'll give that just a little bit more time. And I'm going to put this brown sugar and butter on the burner over here. Let that get going. Now, for the crepes, when I take those off the heat, I like to put those on a paper towel. It kind of lets the liquid get out. Okay, do I have the skill this morning? Yeah, how about that? All right, so you can see that this took less than a minute to cook. This one is just about ready. Got the caramel sauce going over there. I'm going to put that on there. And I need a little more butter in this pan. I used to take the stick of butter and just smear it in the pan like that, but it would all start to drip down and made a great big giant mess. All right, this one is almost ready. Get that one going. And then less than a 1/4 cup of batter in here. Ooh, I wanted to tell you what's coming up on Friday. Friday I'm going to announce our table setting challenge. So for our table setting challenge, you will be posting on Easter Day at a link that I provide your table setting. And the parameters will be something like you have to have a plate, you have to have at least 3 pieces of silverware. That would be your knife, spoon, and fork. If you want to put a salad fork on there too, that's fine, but you don't have to. You have to have either a name tag, a place setting, or a centerpiece, and napkin has to be on the table. And by the way, the napkin does not go under the fork. It goes to the left of the fork, or you could put it on the plate. All right. Got this crepe cooking. I'm going to show you what's happening with the caramel sauce. Not a whole lot. The butter is melting. have the brown sugar in there. Oh, that looks good already. Now this sauce, the more you cook it, the thicker it's going to get. I gotta grab my brandy. Now, you can put orange juice in this. I like the brandy. If you don't drink alcohol, no worries. The brandy cooks out, or the alcohol cooks out, and you're just left with that flavor. Ooh. That's gorgeous. There we go. So nice. Now, if yours doesn't flame up, don't worry about it. Just as awesome if you just put the brandy in the pan and let it cook like that. All right, that is looking really good. Let's see what's happening to our crepe. Can I flip this one? Got it. Ooh, that looks so nice. There we go. All right, I'm going to set this caramel sauce aside. I'm going to show you how to assemble these crepes. It's really, really easy. You can do this a couple of ways. Get my crepe here. Now the easiest way to do that is just to put the filling down the center and roll it up. Or you could, this is another thing I like to do with it, sort of put it in a triangular shape. Just going to put it in one section here. Chew. My kids make fun of me the way I sneeze. They say I always sneeze in threes. Well, that was only two. All right, so I have my fruit over here, and this fruit has cooked down, and it's nice and soft. And I just want to put that in a triangle. How pretty that is. Can you see that? And then pour a little bit of this caramel sauce on top. Oh, this looks so good. Drizzle that on top. Now, if I had whipped cream, you bet I'd be putting whipped cream on this. Just going to serve it like that. This caramel sauce would really be good on ice cream also. I can't wait to take a bite of that. Been waiting all morning to do this. I want to get one of those apples. That is so good. And the nice thing about these crepes, too, is that you can make them ahead of time, make a big bunch ahead of time, and so good. Make a big bunch ahead of time, and then you can just warm them up in the microwave when you're ready to serve them, or you can serve them cold. All right, this is Nancy from Old Square Inn. I can't wait to see you on Wednesday when we make baked oatmeal. If you're making crepes today, be sure to send me a picture. Love to see how those turn out for you. And then on Friday, don't forget, we're going to have our table setting challenge. I'll give you all the parameters for that. Oh, thanks for the hearts. And we'll have to give away prizes, right? That would be a blast. All right, you have a good day today and stay safe. Bye-bye.